of crate training. Anyone with a puppy, you can make your life so much easier if your puppy is crate trained. Crate training is fantastic for toilet training. It's just fantastic for your dog to sleep at night. It's completely great for you guys to get some peace and quiet without having your house wrecked and dog running around the house going to the toilet wherever it wants. Make sure you set your dog up again for success. So don't just lock it in a crate and walk away. Make sure you feed it in the crate. Make the crate its little safe place. All of my dogs love a crate, and if they're in the house, they will straight away go into their crate rather than come and sit outside. So set your dog up for success, feed it in there, let it in there, exercise it. When it's tired, let it go for a sleep in there for the first time, then let it out. Please don't let your dog out if it's crying. It is then just had a tantrum and won because you've come over and let it out exactly what it wanted to do. It needs to learn that is its safe place, and it will, trust me, it will end up loving it, and you will be loving me for telling you to do this. So get a crate. Don't make it a massive crate. The dog just needs to be able to lay out and comfortably lay out. So remember, if you have a small puppy, make sure you know the end result of an adult dog and get that crate size. Put in some old blankets. Don't go and buy big expensive blankets because they're only going to chew them up. So go to St Vinny's, get an old blanket, put it in there. They don't need water in a crate overnight. You're only asking it to go to the toilet. Don't get up during the night to let your dog out to the toilet. That's how it learns. If it goes to the toilet in its own home, it will learn to hang on fairly fast till you get up in the morning. Put your dog in there, like I said before, when it's tired, and let it in there for a sleep. As soon as it wakes up, let it out. Don't let it sit there and cry for you to let it out. That's really, really important. I know I just repeated myself on that, but it is important not to let your dog out when it's crying. Try not to lock your dog in a crate, the whole time. It needs to be exercised. It needs to be independent and learn to be okay outside on its own. Overnight is fine to lock your dog in a crate, or for a couple of hours at a time is fine, but that's pretty much it. But you will thank me if you crate train your dog.
Just want to talk about puppy feeding for a second, because it's one of the biggest questions that we get asked. Puppies need a different nutritional requirement to adult dogs, and they also need to be fed more regularly as they're growing. So at Frontier Pets, we've got a feeding guide for puppies on the back. Our food has been designed for puppies. So what happens is that we make the food to meet the nutritional requirements of a puppy, and then the adult dogs who eat it just get that little bit extra. So you'll see on the feeding guide that we've got for adults, we've got for puppies 1 to 4 months, and then we've got 5 to 12 months. So they have different feeding regimes. All pet food is the same. So you either buy a puppy pet food or you buy a pet food for all breeds, for all life stages, and it should have a puppy feeding guide on there. So for example, if I had a 10 kilo puppy, so that's quite a big puppy, for an adult I'd feed it about 2 cups a day, but for a puppy 1 to 4 months I'd feed it twice that much, so 4 cups a day, and then that actually goes down to 2.5 cups as they get older. So it seems like you're feeding a lot of food to your puppy when they're younger, but they need it when they're younger. So get a food that's either designed for puppies, or as I said, Frontier Pets is designed for puppies, so it meets the nutritional requirements of your dog, and try to feed lots of smaller meals if you can when they're younger. So follow the feeding guide and you can't go wrong.
Yep. Come. Stop. Yep.
Okay, so that's a wrap. I just wanted to reiterate what I learned just briefly, so that I can make sure that I haven't missed anything. Not the particular lessons, but my outtakes from it. And one was that puppies have short attention span, so keep it simple and short.
Yes.
They will do what they want to do unless you teach them otherwise.
Yes.
they do want to please you. They do want to do what you ask them to do. The big thing that came out of that was to set yourself up for success.
I know. I kept repeating that because it is such
an important thing, and that was the big thing that I took from it. It was that make sure that you can be successful, because then each adventure becomes a success in its own right. But if you're tugging and you're fighting and all that kind of thing, it's not going to come out well. But it's really quite simple. It's not necessarily easy, but it's simple, and it doesn't take a lot of your time. Fernie is absolutely exhausted, I got to tell you. She's been an absolute
perfect time to start crate training.
Yes, it's perfect time to start crate training. Red, thank you for being so wonderful. Thank you very much, Heidi.
You're very welcome. I hope that I've helped. Helped and educated, and
wonderful. So hopefully we can be doing more of these as your dog ages, and we will come back with Fernie. This is the before. So in maybe 3 months' time, she might not be quite as cute, but I'm sure she'll be adorable still, and we'll show you what she's learnt during that period of time. So please give us your feedback. If there's anything that you particularly want to know, then hopefully we can get Heidi back. So hopefully it's been, as Heidi said, very educational, and Fernie has left the building.